humans are really interesting, aren't we? It's just, if you really just kind of really take a step back out of your own kind of bubble and just really kind of just look collectively in a way, we're interesting. We start off just innocent in a way, right? And then we get to a certain point to where we just want to start aligning ourselves with people that kind of have the same mindset as us, whether it's good or bad. And then we get to a point to where we start catching feelings for somebody, and you want to progress it, and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And there are majority of people want to progress and make a family and start building a legacy. And whether the family's big or small, it's a beautiful thing. But that's what we do. We want to share something. We want to share life and our walk of life with somebody, and then also to, take on what they have. And love is a beautiful thing, right? It really is. Contrary to how modern day makes it out to be, it really is. It's not always good. There's going to be a lot of tough times, but then there's a lot of great times too. And it's the whole entire weight of it. Just all of it as a whole. It's a beautiful experience. And then you have people who fake their own deaths. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, you did this video go like that, did you? All right. So anyways, there's a guy from Wisconsin. You know what? I'm gonna let the video play, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk. Hold on. Boy, y'all didn't think that was gonna go like that, did you?
In the case of that Wisconsin husband and father of 3 accused of faking his own death on a lake, they searched for weeks. Tonight, he has now sent authorities a video confirming he is alive, and investigators here at home now have a message for him. Here's ABC's Stephanie Ramos.
Tonight, authorities say the Wisconsin father who faked his death is living in Eastern Europe. 45-year-old Ryan Borgwardt sending investigators this proof of life video.
I'm in my apartment. I am safe, secure.
In August, Borgwardt vanishing from this lake in Wisconsin. Volunteers searching for weeks. But authorities later learning the father of 3 faked his death to convince his wife and children that he had died so he could start a new life in Europe with a woman he'd met online.
He paddled his kayak in a child-sized floating.
It's not funny.
Out into the lake. He overturned the kayak and dumped his phone in the lake. He paddled the inflatable boat to shore.
Borgwardt then riding an e-bike overnight to Madison, where he boarded a bus to Detroit, crossed the Canadian border, and hopped on an international flight. Authorities now communicating with Borgwardt daily, pleading for him to return home for the holidays.
Christmas is coming, and what better gift he could give his kids is to be there for Christmas with them.
David Borgwardt could face a state obstruction charge for faking his death. He may also have to pay for the time and money spent on the search.
That man ain't coming back.
Stephanie Ramos with us here. Stephanie.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go back to it. So, again, people spend the majority of their lives trying to find somebody to share life with, right? And this guy found somebody. He found somebody, had 3 kids with the person, too. And then at some point, let's say he was 45. He was like, you know what? I'm going to take a time out from this. It's like, you know what? I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to take a permanent vacation. Bro, how bad of a person is he? 2, but then again, how hard was life on him to where he was just like, you know what? I'm tapping out. But to be like, hey, man, I wonder if he did it too because of he probably had like a life insurance policy or something. And he was like, you know what? If I'm gone, at least they'll have some money and I can just be with my new boo thing across the way. But what makes this so stupid is that he got all the way to Europe. And in order to go overseas, you have to have a passport. And you have to make sure your identity. I mean, there's been cases few and far between where, people got in somehow, some way. But the average person, you're going to have to use your actual passport. And he didn't seem like that important of a person to me to where he would be able to... This kind of seemed like he just did this on the fly. Like, he didn't take too much time to think about this. Like, this doesn't really seem like a really thought out plan. This just kind of seemed like one day, maybe even like a week prior, he was just like, oh my God, man, she keep hitting me up about these damn dishes, man. I'm tired of... Because when you get to a certain point in a relationship, I don't care how... It's the smallest things that can be... You can argue about the smallest things, right? It can be anything. It can be the stupidest things. And it'll become an argument. And I bet you it was something. It was something dumb. Maybe she asked him to get something. He was relaxing or something. And she was like, hey, no, I need you to go get this right now and blah, blah, blah. And he was like, oh, I can't wait for this kayak trip, man. I'm about to go out there. And then she probably told him, like, look, I need you to come back early from this kayak trip. And, blah, blah, blah. Could have been the situation. He was like, you know what? I'm just going to kayak forever. It's not funny, but it's like, bro, like, don't. I would never recommend. Look, always, if the relationship is not right for you, don't do something like this. Don't do something stupid like this, because you have to use your own. You have to use your own passport. That's the thing. You have to use your own identification. And yeah, it's family, but you gotta use your. You have to use your own identification. Don't be dumb. No, but to really be honest, no. Look, you need to sit down. If you really want to break apart your home, which is sad to even say, but if you want to do that, you need to sit down. You really need to have that kind of conversation. Or really do the steps first. I don't know if maybe they might have been taking therapy together. Or maybe, marriage therapy or whatever. And then it just got to a point where he just finally felt like, hey, look, I need to be a passport bro. This is what I need to do. I need to be a passport bro forever. I don't... And then... Maybe if this doesn't work out, I can just come back around Christmas time. I can come back on Christmas Eve, and it'll be a Christmas miracle. Like, Santa does exist. One of his kids is like, I just want my dad back, and he comes back in the door. Hey, what's going on? Oh man, I'm sure that was probably his plan. Didn't go well. Yeah, so, speaking of which, there's actually a news article that I found, too, that I'm going to pull up that goes a little bit more into it. Give me just a second. This guy. Good Lord, man. 2024 has been a year, hasn't it? It has been, like, what? It's like anything and everything imaginable has happened this year. Like this year, I don't know of a year that has topped this year. You've got the Cat Williams interview, you got Diddy, you've got this situation, you've got the presidential election. So much has happened in this 1 year to where, like, I feel like this whole year has been just like a Harry Potter novel from like beginning to end. It's just been just one thing after another. It's we started with the Sorcerer's Stone, and now we're at like what was it called? What were they called? The seven. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, the final book. It was the seven. I don't remember, but it was 7 something. Let me know in the comment section down below. Remind me. But anyways, so let me read this article. So it says, Wisconsin man who faked his own kayaking death fled the country and won't come home, officials say. I mean, in this situation, you can't really blame him because it's like, even though the couple's like, oh, wouldn't it be the best gift for you to come home and be with your family? Like, as soon as you come back in, as soon as you make it back, as soon as you come back into the States, the moment you get off that airplane, Ryan, come here, get down. Like it's a wrap. You're going to jail and you're paying a huge amount of money. But now this man has to check in every day to make sure to let them know that he's still alive. That's crazy, man. Oh my God, that's crazy. It's like a whole kid. All right, so the Green Lake County Sheriff's Office in Wisconsin revealed new information on Thursday about Ryan Borgwardt, the missing kayaker who allegedly faked his own death and planned his disappearance on. Oh my God. What makes it worse? No lie, he planned his death on my birthday. That's crazy. Oh my God. While I'm out here eating chantilly cake and everything, this man was like, I'm getting up out of here. That's wild. While I was eating open presents, this man was like, I'm going on a trip. I'm about to skip. I'm going out of town. I won't be around. All right, deputies have been able to make contact with Borgwardt. He's 45 after being connected to through a woman who speaks Russian. Borgwardt's location is still unknown, but authorities believe he is somewhere in Eastern Europe. The great news is that we know he's alive, stated Sheriff Mark Podol. The bad news is we do not know where Borgwardt exactly is, and he has not decided to return home. That man is not coming home. He comes back home, he's going to jail, or this is going to become a Netflix documentary, and his wife is going to definitely handle that. You come back to this, bro. You come back. It's really going to be a real situation. You won't. He'll take the fake out of it. It's really going to be, and she's going to get off scot-free too. Emotional damage. She's getting off scot-free. Oh, she's gonna skip out of it too. About to get on down the road. All right. The Green Lakes County Sheriff's Office has urged Borgwardt to return to the United States and clean up the mess he's made, emphasizing the importance of his return for his wife and, more importantly, his children. Now, that is the messed up part. Now, imagine what psychologically that's going to do to his children, to where now they're going to feel like, okay, what did we do wrong? Because you always hear about dad going to the store, but you never really hear about dad kayaking across the ocean and starting a life with a whole nother woman. And then it's going to make them kids think, well, maybe I should have picked up those Legos when he asked me to. Maybe I should have put down the Fortnite. I didn't know Fortnite was going to lead to him leaving tonight. Wow. Okay, but in all seriousness, it is messed up about what the children are going to go through, and the fact that they had to mourn their father. I'm imagining they mourned his passing, and to get this kind of news has to be bittersweet on there, because it's like, oh wow, dad's alive, but at the same time, well, why isn't dad coming home? Why did he leave in the first place? So I really do feel anytime in a situation something weird happens and there's children involved, I always feel, because they're gonna grow up. That's how these children become adults that have all these issues, is because of the parents that do silly stuff like this. Sheriff Podol suggested Borgwardt may fear the community's reaction to his act. Oh my God, yeah, that's gonna be a weird homecoming. You come back home, man, your neighbor gonna be like, just while mowing the yard, like, is that Ryan? What the fuck? I can see that, Podol said. He staged his death, and unfortunately, one of the things he did say is that he didn't expect us to go more than 2 weeks searching for him. Hate to tell him that he picked the wrong sheriff in the wrong department. That's crazy. Borgwardt was reported missing on August 12th, and he failed to return home from kayaking on Big Green Lake. The Green Lake County Sheriff's Office said at the time. Deputies found an unoccupied kayak with a life jacket attached to it when they went searching for Borgwardt. His vehicle was also found near Big Green Lake. For 54 days, numerous search efforts were conducted to find Borgwardt. But in early November, authorities announced that they believe Borgwardt planned his August 12th disappearance and tried to conceal his efforts to mislead investigations. Investigators revealed that Borgwardt's name had been run on August 13th by law enforcement in Canada, Analysis of a laptop given to them by Borgwardt's wife also indicated suspicious activity. Boy, I'll say one thing, man. Women are good at. Women are good. They will find you, man. Boy, you try to do anything, man. Your wife, she gonna find you. You try to leave, nah, it's a wrap. She becomes an IT expert. She can pretty much hack into anything. Borgwardt is alleged to have replaced his hard drive and cleared the browser on the date of his disappearance, syncing it into the cloud on August 11th. And he had taken photos of his passport. Authorities said he also moved funds into a foreign bank and changed his email address while communicating with a woman from where? Uzbekistan? Okay. In addition, Borgwardt reportedly took out a $375,000 life insurance policy and purchased airline tickets. Wow, so he took out a life insurance policy on himself? Did he leave anything for his family, though, at least? Oh, man. If he didn't leave enough for his family, he definitely hated his wife. That, I don't know what happened there. I'm not trying to say anything bad or anything, but to do that and from all this, he definitely planned this for a while. I thought that the kayaking thing, this kind of sounded like it was just like a quick, time to go, but with the woman that's involved and the fact that he kind of did a rush job to replace the hard drive and do all this the day before on the 11th. So maybe it might not have been like the most thorough thing. Maybe this could have went back to like August 1st and he was like, you know what? School's starting and I'm darting. Pew! So Sheriff Podol clarified during Thursday's press conference that the insurance policy was intended to provide support for Borgwardt's family and not himself. Okay, so he did take it out for his family. So at least on some level, he was going to make sure that they had money and that he wasn't just completely leaving them high and dry. On some level. I mean, he's still a piece of shit. But at least, he's like the whole shit. He's not just a piece of it. But at least there's like a sprinkle of like cinnamon toast crunch in there. You know what I mean? Like there's just that little bit of like nice sugar that's there somewhere. But it's still all just shit. Deputies were ultimately able to make contact with Borgwardt on November 11th during their investigations into his disappearance. Borgwardt confirmed he had attempted to fake his own death. Borgwardt also provided a video to officials confirming he is alive and safe and residing in an apartment. The apartment's location remains undisclosed. Yeah, he's not going to give you that. Authorities have developed a relationship with Borgwardt, maintaining daily communication, bro. They checking up on this man. Like, I get, because they did say that they were checking. He has to do things daily, but to say they've developed a relationship, like, what are we talking about here? Like, we're doing Zoom calls and we're like, hey, just let us know talk to us about today. Did you try out the new coffee? Do you want to come back over here and get that 1776 coffee? That's booming. If you come back, we'll give you like a free bag of it, brother. It's new and it's hot. So I don't know, like, are they on like a first name basis now? Is it like, hey Ryan, it's Craig, man. It's your favorite officer, brother. Hey man, talk to me. How's it going? During these interactions, Borgwardt detailed how he faked his death and fled the country. Borgwardt had decided to go missing on Big Green Lake because it was the deepest lake in Wisconsin. He then allegedly stashed an electric bike near the boat launch, paddled to the center of the lake in a kayak, overturned it, threw his phone into the water, and used an inflatable device to return shore. Oh my God, this man was trying to be a whole spy. This man was like, once he got into the water, it's like it's go time. Looked at his watch. It's go time. Dun 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 dun. This man had a whole inflatable device. I mean, at least he didn't try to actually swim back, and then the fake death would have been a real death. From there, he rode the e-bike to Madison, Wisconsin, a nearly 7-hour journey, and then took a bus to Detroit. Oh wow, yeah, he definitely had this planned out for a while. Borgwardt reportedly crossed into Canada before boarding a flight to another destination. Authorities are now working to identify anyone who may have assisted Borgwardt in faking his. Oh my God, bro! Don't be caught up in this. Brian the neighbor, don't be caught up in this, bro. Don't. Oh man, that's gonna be terrible if there's like this whole entire like crazy ring of people who tried to try to help this man get away from. It's like, hey, I get it. Susan was something else, brother. When you invited us over that one time, I get it. Come on, man. We're gonna definitely do this. All right, Borgwardt could face an obstruction charge in Wisconsin and may be required to pay the $35,000 to $40,000 spent on search efforts. Federal charges are also possible, which Garrett, oh my God, you come back, it's a wrap. You're doing time. Though no decision has been made, while a warrant is not currently in place, authorities noted that could change as the investigation progresses. Sheriff Podol concluded Thursday's press conference on an emotional note, choking up as he delivered a heartfelt message. And that's the message that we heard in the video. Christmas is coming, and what better gift he could give his kids than to be there for Christmas with them. Which, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get the cop. That's what I'm saying. I don't get what he did. I could never. If anything, I'm going to tell you straight up. But I get, I guess this was like an extreme case of it's cheaper to keep her. But he's like, it's cheaper to keep her, but it's easier to, oh man, I was trying to think of something good. It'll come back to me. But he figured, hey, instead of divorce, I'm going to leave by force. Bow! There we go. So what else can I say, man? This was dumb. This was, oh man, this takes the cake for, well, Diddy's still going. It doesn't take the cake, but he's definitely what, top 3 dumbest situations that have happened this year. He's definitely up there. Like he's definitely, he would get the bronze medal as far as stupid actions of 2024. I think he worked hard for that. And to leave and what if the lady was Uzbekistan? What if she's like some kind of fake person? And what if it was like some dude sitting down eating Doritos or something? Hey, Ryan, welcome. This is terrible. This is so bad. And I can't stress the fact that, one, I do feel bad for his wife. No wife should have to go through that. And I especially feel bad for his children. And I do feel bad for his wife for marrying an idiot. I think that she had to question herself on that and be like, wow, I really married. So if she ever called him stupid, that was definitely warranted on so many levels. He earned all of that. And yeah, now he has to check in. This man gotta check in daily, man. That's funny to me, bro. That's funny. This whole situation is funny, sad. There's just a roller coaster of emotions that comes with this. So anyways, let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. I kind of rambled on in certain areas, but you got the gist of it. But anyways, I'm Nate. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.